Hi moms and dads, I'm Karen Quinn, the testing mom and the author of Testing for Kindergarten. And today I want to tell you about our first to second grade in a box, set 1, our newest box of flashcards for young students. The box contains 4 sets of cards: math, following directions, general knowledge, and spatial. The math cards cover your basic first to second grade math curriculum, but at the same time, we've included some more challenging questions that gets kids thinking about math in different ways. We want to help kids see that math can be fun and sometimes like a puzzle or a game. This card requires kids to arrange numbers and symbols to get to one of the answer choices. Card 45 is a geometry challenge. Card 52 is an algebraic thinking problem that feels like a puzzle. And card 72 is a brain teaser that requires mathematical thinking. Don't worry, the answers are on the back of each card so you can get a little help yourself. The general knowledge cards include an introduction to many topics, some of which are pretty sophisticated, and while we don't expect children to understand all these topics in depth, the cards give them some basic understanding of the subject, and they can further explore it if it interests them. The cards include subjects like the human body, inventions, measurement, music, insects, animals, health, gravity, weather, earthquakes, history, and so much more. The cards are filled with vocabulary words that you want your child to have learned by the time they're in first or second grade. There are over 750 vocabulary words and concepts on these cards. Another benefit of the general knowledge flashcards is they show things in groups that go together. And this is important because being able to sort things into groups where they belong and to classify the category they belong to is essential to critical thinking. Of course, hands-on learning is always the best, but you can always use these cards to think about different ways to bring topics to life for your child. If she's drawn to the card about the lost city of Pompeii, think about visiting the Natural History Museum to learn about volcanoes, or reading a book about Pompeii, or seeing a movie about it. I originally developed our following direction cards for kids who would be tested for gifted programs or school readiness assessments. In these assessments, children have to listen to the question that the tester asks them and to remember what was asked and then point to the answer. In most cases, the question can't be repeated. Of course, listening is an essential skill for children in the classroom. They need to listen to what the teacher is saying in order to learn. So these cards are helpful for classroom performance as well. The cards are designed with pictures on the front and a series of easier to harder questions on the back that parents can ask about the images. The child has to listen, remember what was asked, and then point to the answer. So with a card like this one, the child sees 4 pictures with minor differences. They might be asked to point to the box where the space baby in the middle has his purple tongue out and the last space baby is next to a dog. The first to second grade cards have more complex images along with 2- and 3-step directions on the back. So with this card, we might ask a child to touch the monkey first, the blue butterfly second, and the snake third. But the artwork is really fun and you can present the cards as a game with your child. Most kids really love working with these flashcards. They have no idea that they're developing their listening, focus, and working memory skills while they use them. And finally, our spatial cards. These are really my favorites. These help children learn to reason and solve problems using pictures, images, shapes, and tables. Kids need spatial or nonverbal skills to be successful at math, geography, and science. But these cards feel like puzzles to children, so they're really fun to do. The set breaks nonverbal analogies down into all the different types that there are. There are analogy and pattern puzzles to solve, pattern completion puzzles, and questions where children have to envision spatial changes that happen to paper that's been folded, hole punched, and then unfolded. Kids say that they enjoy working through these cards because they're challenging and they make you think in new and different ways. For kids who may be tested for gifted programs, these are important cards to work with, as gifted tests always include spatial questions similar to these. So if you have a first or second grader in your family, these flashcards are the basis for a wonderful educational activity they'll enjoy. The cards are colorful and sturdy. They're great to take with you on a trip or just to put in your purse when you're out running errands and you don't want your child playing with your phone or a tablet. So I hope that you and your child really enjoy working with them.